Tapped in. Keep the credit, I'ma get it on the back end. Kick rocks, cutting corners, trying to cash in. We still outside, high as gas is. Watch them force you to EV. Tried to cut me out, but you need me. My value never shows up in the box score. A plus minus they never could have accounted for. No referee can save you. We just scout and report. And even then, you don't stand a chance.
All right, you guys, we're back with another prospect on today. Make sure you guys hit that subscription button, subscribe to the channel, and click on the bell and hit the word all so that you'll receive every notification that comes from this channel. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. We're going to get into the draft bio of Jordan Burch. Now, Jordan Burch stands unofficial between 6'4" and somewhere between 6'4" and 6'6". Don't know the true measurements of him yet, but we'll find out pretty soon. But they got him listed at 6'4", 280 pounds. So Jordan Burch, who played some of his collegiate football at South Carolina and then transferred over to Oregon, we got to talk about it, man. All right, so these are the stats for him in the 2024 season. With Oregon, he had 31 tackles, 8.5 sacks, 11 tackles for loss, 6 PDs, 1 forced fumble, and 1 fumble recovery. And he has a career of 170 tackles to go along with 33 tackles for loss, 16 career sacks, 1 interception, 11 PDs, 3 fumble recoveries, and 1 forced fumble. So that is Mr. Burch's career, but we're just going to kind of give a backdrop on him. He's a native of South Carolina, Columbia, South Carolina. He dominated at Hamilton School as a 5-star recruit. Burch initially stayed home to play for the Gamecocks before transferring into a different animal as he transferred out to Oregon. After 3 years in Columbia, including a breakout 2020 campaign with 60 tackles to go along with 7.5 tackles for loss, Burch took his talents over to Eugene and never looked back. The former top 10 national recruit put on 13 pounds of pure muscle heading into the 2024 season, and the investment paid off with his most disruptive season yet, racking up 8.5 sacks, 11 tackles for loss, and 31 tackles in 11 games as a senior. Standing at 6'4", 295 pounds, this is a big kid. His physical transformation has been remarkable. While he has shown flashes of brilliance at South Carolina, his move to Oregon unlocked all of his potential and to new levels of dominance. His 2024 campaign included a career-defining performance against Michigan State with 2.5 sacks, earning him Big Ten Defensive Player of the Week honors, the first Duck to ever receive that recognition. The senior's development under Dan Landing's tutelage has been evident. He has been involved with a raw athlete into a technical force who can wreck offense's game plans. The numbers tell the story of a player ascending at the right time. 170 career tackles, 33 tackles for loss, 16 career sacks across his collegiate career. But it's the tape from 2024 that really opens up the scout's eyes in the NFL, showing a difference that he can make with his ability, with his physical ability. He was a defensive weapon who reached his full speed at 20.5 miles per hour on the GPS tracking, despite carrying nearly 300 pounds on his frame. His versatility was on full display in the Ducks' defensive scheme, where he lined up everywhere from a 4-tech to a 9-tech, to a 4 wide to a 9-tech. All right, let's get into his strengths and weaknesses. His strengths: freakish athleticism for his size, clocking nearly 21 miles per hour on a GPS despite weighing close to 300 pounds. Explosive lower body and strength, can make a 34-inch vertical jump leap, can squat 685 pounds backwards. Versatility alignment value from a 4 to a 7-tech with experience playing the 3 and the 4-point stance. Gives defensive coordinators multiple deployment options, natural power to collapse the pocket when he converts speed to power, can walk tackles back when he commits to the bull rush. High motor rusher who doesn't quit on plays, Oh, I love that about this kid. Anytime that you don't quit on plays, man, the NFL is gonna love you, man, and most of the teams are gonna love you because they know they're gonna see a guy that spells out effort. Anytime you put effort on the tape, man, they're gonna see that and they're gonna reward you for that. Regularly records cleanup sacks and pressures throughout his second effort. Develop a feel for batting the ball down at the line. 6 batted balls in 2024 shows a awareness in the passing lanes, and he will stick those big mitts up to be able to bat balls down. A strong tackler who breaks down while in space. Miss rate tackle is under 12%, shows reliability, finishing ability. So that's definitely what you want. He can stop the run. So he's pretty good in stopping the run too as well. And that's what you want in a young freak athlete like Jordan Burch from Oregon. If you look at his weaknesses, his pass rush production doesn't match his elite athletic traits, struggles to convert explosive testing numbers in consistent pressure, despite ideally having the physical tools to get it done. Raw pass rush plan relies on his athletic ability over technique and often gets stuck on blocks when initial move fails. Gets caught peeking in the run game while losing gap integrity. Needs to show more discipline holding his ground against zone blocking schemes. Can struggle to disengage when blockers get into his frame length. Doesn't always translate to consistent separation at the point of attack. Pad level raises significantly when rushing the passer. Negates natural leverage, an advantage, and allows tackles to get into his chest. So he got some things that he needs to work on. But what NFL player doesn't have anything to work on? All these guys coming into the league, they have something to work on. The disconnection between Burch's athletic testing and his actual pass rushing ability impacts jumps off the tape while the tape doesn't lie. While he possesses rare movement skills for his size, the Oregon film shows a player who hasn't translated those tools into consistent pressure against Ohio State. His explosive first step repeatedly put him in a position to affect the quarterback, but undeveloped hand usage and raw technique let tackles cover and neutralize his rush. In the run game, Burch flashes dominance when playing straight ahead, but needs significant and technical refinement. The Oregon tape repeatedly shows him penetrating and disrupting dive plays, particularly when aligned at the forte. His length and natural power shall shine in these situations. However, his tendency to play high and lose leverage shows up when forced to move laterally, and his issue that raises questions about his three down potential early in his career. So he's a guy that can play 3 downs. He's a guy that can stay out on the field. Some of these guys, sometimes they have to make the rotations in the NFL, and he's one of those guys that would be able to stay out on the field, and he doesn't have to come off the field. The gap between Burch's athletic ceiling and current skill level makes him a fascinating development prospect. His combination of size and explosiveness hints at the untapped potential that he has, but expecting immediate impact would be a mistake. This is a defensive lineman who needs time to develop a more sophisticated pass rush plan and better technique before he can be trusted as more than just a rotational piece and one gap penetration front. Man, there's a lot of things to like about this kid, Jordan Burch, man. He can do a lot of things, man. He can set the edge. He can get to the quarterback. He can get pressure, and he can also stop the run and get after the running backs as well. And he will chase you down from behind as well. Definitely one of those guys that you got to put on your big board if you're Brad Holmes. It's so many edges in this draft class, man. Definitely the Detroit Lions will have to do their homework. But, man, if they came back with Jordan Burch, man, I would not be mad about it at all, man, because I think that he's a talented kid, and he has that it factor about him, man, that the Detroit Lions need, man. They need these guys that are athletic. The Detroit Lions going to have to get athletic up front. That's the biggest thing. If you want to be able to chase some of today's quarterbacks, you're going to have to get athletic up front, and I think that's the direction that the Detroit Lions need to go in. They need to go in the direction of being able to get some guys that are freaks and guys that are athletic. All right, guys, this is Raw Detroit. I'm out of here.